Hello, everybody. In the picture here, we have Jim. Jim spent some vacations in Greece where he enjoys thrill-seeking experiences before joining BS company as an IT engineer. We don't know as an architect, developer, DevOps engineer, or principal green architect, IT engineer. Jim discovered and explored a lot of concepts and technologies that exist in the API ecosystem. API management, API gateway, microservice, API basic word, GraphQL, Kubernetes, and so on. Jim was led to believe that at BS company, they were involved on all these concepts and technologies. But Jim was lost. Why Jim was lost? The majority of what Jim encounters on social media, books, and from his colleagues at BS company consists of definitions that are mostly nonsense, that are bullshit. What is bullshit now? Bullshit is believing or to make people, person, or group of people to believe that you know or have mastered something. If I inspire honesty, sincerity, and kindness to you, you will follow me and learn with the worst possible way. I will sell you books, products, tools, and what I want ever. It's downright scary. I repeat, it's downright scary here. I'm Rafik Ferroukh, a software architect at Allianz. My favorite slogan is "Let the end of the IT bullshit begin." You can follow me on my YouTube channel, where I simplify IT concepts and technologies in general. If you like cooking to cook simply, you can follow me on my Instagram channel, Raf Cooking, and of course, for professional updates, you can connect me on LinkedIn. We can see it better now for more effective scan to follow my YouTube channel. After this, Jim decided to be a tech enthusiast with skills, dedicating time every day and every hour to his work. Jim explored various methods to learn. Jim's first method is to conduct research on the internet. Suddenly, he had an idea. May I ask ChatGPT? But ChatGPT didn't help Jim to have the right definition of an API, basically. After that, Jim decides to participate in training sessions. The majority of trainers, speakers, and coaches that Jim has encountered are experts in their field, but have tendency to explain the basic API definition with a complex manner during their talks or training session. Starting with this type of architecture make it very challenging for Jim to understand the basic meaning of API. One day, the directors at BS company decide to acquire an API management tool or solution. A company selling this product came to BS company office, present their tool, and Jim asked, "What's an API, please?" Some of the representatives said, "You know, it's a piece of code that allows user screen to display data. How can we refer this type of individuals? Bullshitters. So Jim found. Some days later, a security audit report was sent to Jim's team. It contained a significant number of security vulnerabilities existing in the application that Jim and his colleagues developed. Directors at BS Company had an idea. We have to acquire a security analysis tool to pass security gate from failed to passed. Jim said, IPA security? How can we do that? What's the IPA basically? I didn't understand this. What's security? How can do security on API? Jim had had enough and was wrong. And Jim came close to giving up. Following that, directors at BS Company were astonished, questioning why the organization was facing such issues. They probed into why comprehensive security measures were lacking for our APIs. This situation arose because initially you allowed Jim to learn alone. You don't care about Jim's trainings. And after that, you are astonished why your customers are unhappy and why you have a lot of problems in production. So one day, I met Jim and asked him, you look tired and sad. What's the problem? Jim told me, I don't understand what's an API. And here at my company, they told us to do security on API. So I tell him, okay, I have a definition. API, it's application programming interface. Simply. Okay. This is the Jim reaction. And it's just for joking, but the right definition for me, Jim, is that an API is contract, accountable for business object or requirement that serves you and your customer and your consumers with well-defined input and output. When you speak API, you have no code, no deployment, and no packaging yet. You have only contract. You can take paper and pen and write your contract. Or you can take Open API, for example, standard description for API contract to share and write your API contract. For example, here I have an API that expose and that serves to manage store, cat store. And here I describe, for example, you want to create a new cat in my store? Call me on path cats with this input and this output. And after that, you can design your security layer, your gateway layer, etc., etc. Maybe Jim at the end understand. And Jim, if you have a moment, I can explain you the right way to learn without to learn the IT buzzwords, without bullshit. So first, take notes. Don't be impressed. when you have to face complex situation to learn, for example, in conference or in training. So stop this, not the words. You can use Trello, Google Keep, or you can use method Zettelkasten. It will help you to improve your note management. After that, you have to prioritize. Define a goal. Set frequency. Number one, API. After that, microservice. After that, API management. After that, API security. After that, API analytics. This week, I will have to learn this word. This week, I have to learn this concept. This week, etc., etc. And understand and acquire the mindset. It's very important. Understand. Not read again only book with 80 pages. And after that, oh, okay, I understand. No, understand. Select the right sources. You can use Feedly, Google Alerts, or other sources. Right sources, not bullshit sources. Or comes to conference like Apidays, or follow a guy that I know, a cool guy on YouTube channel, The Unbullshit. He helps to simplify IT concepts like API and all the words around API ecosystem. And after that, you have to poke, to test, and to convince your directors for some solution, for some trainings, for some documentation. You are to convince, to give the right inputs to your directors. You have to help them to take the best decisions. And if you have real business case, after that, you have to integrate and deliver, for the show must go on production for your customers. And take away, Jim, API, a contract handling, a business object serving with clear output, input, and output. You have to acquire mindset. It's very important to have this in your mind. You have to acquire mindset around API. If you go directly into the details, you will not success. It's impossible. Without the basis, we can't success. And before going to API security or management or what you want, you have to learn API to understand what's API. And you can apply this for all other concepts, for example, cloud. But our subject today is API. First is to not understand. And after, without being impressed. So don't be afraid if you have experts that face you with complex manner to explain their field. And after that, you can go to apply this on project and deploy it for your customers. And sometimes after, some months after, I met Jim again and said, oh, Jim, you look great and in good shape. Yes, much better. I know now what's an API. We reviewed the architecture of our application and rethinking it with a microservice-oriented architecture based on API architecture. Oh, Jim, you are great now. We acquired to an API management solution. It's Jim and his colleagues. Huh? And the next step, Jim said, is to implement security using OAuth2. Before that, we have to go to right trainings to select the right sources. In large part, thank you, Rafik. Thank you very much for your help. And thank you for your listening.